It's the second and final day of hearings between top drug company CEOs and the Committee on Oversight and Reform. This series comes after an 18-month-long investigation by the committee into our nation's pharmaceutical industry.
Drug companies are hiking their prices higher and higher and placing an even greater burden on the very patients who rely on these drugs to survive.
Chairwoman Maloney led the hearing, held in person as well as over video call, giving each representative a chance to speak on behalf of their constituents, the ones hurt most by overpriced medicine.
I also have to carry around the burden of what would happen if I couldn't pay for it. I have no choice, but you all have a choice. You can take action to lower drug prices because drugs don't work if people can't afford them.
Right now, roughly 90% of prescriptions filled in the U.S. are for generic drugs. A good thing since, on average, generic drugs are about 10% the cost of brand name. What's concerning, though, is that you can only get generic drugs once the brand name product goes off patent. And in the U.S., drug patents call for 12 years of data exclusivity. It's a long wait, but one the drug CEOs here today claim is necessary.
Patents are essential to incentivize innovative companies to invest in high-risk research, and the patent system as it stands right now does that, and we support it.
Brand name drug companies do carry the financial risk of a drug not passing the research phase. But the committee's investigation shows it's not always up-and-coming medicine with the highest price tag, but rather, in some cases, drugs that have already been around for decades, being acquired by new companies and then raised in price for profit. But even that is something the drug CEOs stand by, saying the price goes up with value. They say as more research is done proving the effectiveness of a drug in treating a disease, its value inherently rises, and therefore so does the price. But the big question is, why is the U.S. the only country paying that price?
We learned that drug companies target our country for their biggest prices and for their biggest price increases, charging the American people more than the entire rest of the world combined.
The Council of Advisors found that Americans finance biopharmaceutical innovation. In other words, we pay more because the research is done here. Reporting for NewsNet, I'm Abigail Taylor.